We saw Charlie Kirk catch 8 receptions for 144 yards.
Looking downfield, he's got Kirk. Wide open, spinning catch. Kirk touchdown. And a diving grab by Kirk. First down, and there he is again. What a night for Kirk.
CANCUN on 3. What's going on,
Welcome,
y'all?
everybody. Welcome to CANCUN 2026, where the Eagles just fucking arrived. Hey,
Yeah, you know, we fashionably late to the party.
Welcome.
You know,
Last year y'all couldn't make it. Y'all had,
yeah,
prior engagement. But
we
today,
had shit to do.
this year, that was on the first thing smoking, huh?
We couldn't wait to meet up with y'all boys, man. See how y'all been living. Get us some pina coladas and shit, you know.
Yeah, we've been living on Draft Island, you know.
Yep, the
Island.
the off season for us has officially started. It is what it is. We planning drafts, interviewing offensive coordinators. You know, so we got a couple things to talk about today. We got like I said, the coaching carousel updates. We got a couple updates on some coaches, some interviews. We got to talk about last week's game, including the embarrassment in question. And then
there's no question. It was. There is no question.
Okay.
The answer, yeah.
And then we got
a big hire happened today.
And we got a look ahead to the divisional round, which obviously won't be as exciting because we not there. So
it's pretty exciting.
So as far as the coaching carousel, the only big news that we have as of today, it looks like the New York Giants are signing John Harbaugh to a 5-year, $100 million contract.
God damn. That's crazy.
And they said that they basically offered him whatever he wanted, amenities, whatever he needed, you know.
I mean, I can see it, but that doesn't make me scared of the Giants, not at all, not even a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't scared of them. Like I told you earlier, I just feel like things ain't gonna be quite as sweet, you know. Maybe not next year.
Nah.
Next year, I don't see them really being a problem in the East. But the simple fact that they now have stable leadership and experience, you know, that might.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Where does leadership start at?
What you mean?
Where does leadership start?
I mean, it started at the top. It started with the ownership.
Okay, at the top. At the fucking top. All right. Who's their GM?
Yeah, Joe Schoen is still the GM. I mean, look, I know he done caught a lot of flack for quite a few of his moves, but not every move has been bad. He has built, you know, a solid defensive line, which is really the start of it, you know. Like when you build, that's how we built our team. You build from the trenches. You feel me? You build from the inside out. So he I think he took the right philosophy there. Yeah, they may or may not have a quarterback now, which is still yet to be seen, to be honest. He had an okay rookie year, but, you know.
Yeah, I started from the inside of y'all offensive line.
Defensive line. Bro, you know how many first-round picks we spent on defensive line? Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith.
What's more important?
Between the offensive and defensive line?
Yes.
Well, it depends on the philosophy of your team. I mean, if you a defensive football team, obviously you need both. But you can't rebuild in a year, bro. That's what you've been telling me.
Which one you taking But they've been rebuilding for the long. They've been rebuilding for a while now. Which one you taking? You taking the offensive line or you taking the defensive line? Because I'm taking the offensive line to keep my quarterback straight and keep my running game going. The same way y'all did y'all's.
Yeah,
We
that's true.
literally
That's
tried
true.
to follow y'all
I
model.
mean, but he got one. Maybe they'll go offensive line in this draft. You know,
So you got 4 years
they
there,
got a pretty high draft pick this year. So no telling
top
what they
5.
no telling what they might do.
Yeah.
Other than that, I haven't been keeping up with too much of the other news. I don't think that we've talked about obviously Mike Tomlin stepping down, aka he got fired. They just respect him.
No.
Nah.
No. So the thing with Mike Tomlin, with him stepping down, he can't go coach another team unless they trade for him. You know that, right? Like he didn't get fired.
That's interesting.
So the only way he can go be a head coach anywhere else is if they trade with the Steelers. They did with Sean Payton with the Saints.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I mean, he did them a favor by stepping down, but now they have to get value for him. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, it's crazy, but it's crazy the difference though, because I feel like the the Ravens owner like kind of been playing with Harbaugh, bro.
He shitted on Harbaugh, bro, and he's continued to do it.
Not only did the nigga fire him over the phone, but then they asked him, if Tyler Loop had made that kick, would he still be the coach? That nigga said, yeah, for a week.
It's like he had no respect for him. Like 18 years, bro. 18 years? That's crazy.
But
it's a dog-eat-dog world, bro.
But other than that, the only news that I got, especially on the Eagles side, is we've begun our offensive coordinator search. Man, when I tell you they had Instagram pages and websites and Reddit accounts and everything that was like literally fire this man. Like literally the day after they had a clock. They had a clock up that was counting down the time from the last game ended to when he got fired. They was like, bro, it been 25 hours, bro. Why is this man still our offensive coordinator? So they got him out. They've already started talks and interviews with a couple of candidates. It's coming out that their top candidates are Mike McDaniel, Brian Daboll, and Kevin Stefanski. Out of the three of them, I don't know, man. Maybe I think I like Stefanski the most. I do like overall. I think Mike McDaniel is the best, most creative of the offensive coordinator candidates. But I don't know
he's
if
going to get
fits.
a head coaching job.
I don't know about that, bro. Because I feel like a lot of the league looks at him the same way that we look at him, which is like, yeah, he's good, but he's also like a fucking. He act like a stoner. Like if he don't smoke, I'd be surprised, bro. If he don't smoke something, you know what I'm saying. Anyhow,
he's sober. Thanks to Dan Quinn.
I'd take anybody over fucking what we got. So I ain't even mad at it. I'm just glad that they making a change. It's about 17 weeks too late, but it is what it is. I hope the NFC landscape takes advantage of this time with the Eagles not being around. Because we come back healthy with a competent offensive coordinator, it's going to be trouble for y'all. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I hear you. There's still trouble in y'all building, bro. There's still
man, I ain't trying to hear that shit, bro.
Dysfunction in y'all building. You don't want to hear it because you're an Eagles fan.
You saw what happened. You saw what happened when we had just a slightly above average offensive coordinator.
There's dysfunction, bro. There's dysfunction
in
y'all organization.
What other dysfunction is there? Don't say AJ Brown. Because
why are you in denial about that? Like, can you explain why do you like a lot of Eagles fans agree,
bro?
But you
first of all,
are one Eagle fan that are in denial.
Listen,
about what's going on with AJ Brown.
First of all, obviously he's a diva, bro. That's like not, he's outspoken. That's not a question. I'm not denying that part. But you saying dysfunction as if somebody beefing. Ain't nobody beefing.
They are beefing.
They either who beefing?
You don't think Jalen and AJ got beef?
The reason why I don't. You asked me the reason why. The reason why I don't. I would have listened to the argument that there was, before Jalen's press conference last week, and the reason why I don't feel like that is because not only so he was asked about whether Kevin Patullo should be back and whether AJ should be back. When they asked about Kevin Patullo, he said, "You know what? I don't have time to think about that right now." He didn't give no type of answer, no vote of confidence, no answer one way or the other. When he asked about AJ, he said, "Yeah, like we in a great place. We smoothed over the issues that we had. We weren't on the same page, and we good. Of course, I want him back." So, he had the opportunity to take the same route and dodge the question the same way that he did Kevin Patullo, and he didn't. So I think him publicly acknowledging that, yeah, there might have been some issues. We good. That's my boy.
You want to keep him.
They got a video of the niggas hugging. They was hugging after the game. I think they're good, bro. And honestly, it doesn't make sense. Maybe next year, 2027, maybe we start thinking about moving off of them. But it's with our cap situation, we already trying to figure out what the fucking cap situation is going to be to sign these players that we got. We don't have. If we trade him post June 1st, it's still a $20 million hit against the cap. We can't afford it, bro. We can't afford it. He'll be here next year, dysfunction or no dysfunction. So I really don't care.
Y'all got, y'all cap space for this year?
It's probably in the negatives.
22 million.
Exactly. But you already know how they gonna rock. We gonna squeeze 8 motherfuckers. We gonna do some restructuring and squeeze another 25 out of that, bro.
So with the news with the Commanders, if y'all don't know, we moved up David Blau, our assistant quarterbacks coach, to offensive coordinator. Last year they blocked him doing any interviews with anybody. There were plenty of people that wanted to get him. We blocked the interviews. This year, the Lions wanted to interview him, and I think one other team wanted to interview him for their OC position. And we was like, fuck that. We're not letting him out the building. So it's going to be his first time calling plays. But, I mean, from what I hear, he's a very creative mind. And he's young. He's only 30.
Bro, I ain't going to deny that he might have some type of potential. But I'm a warn you from getting too excited about a coordinator with no play calling experience, bro. That's not. You don't want a motherfucker learning on the job, bro. It's not the type of position. It's not motherfucking. It's not Wegmans, bro. Motherfuckers can't learn that shit on the job, bro. You gotta know that shit.
Just because he wasn't calling the plays, he was creating the plays. Like, he was giving Cliff Kingsbury the plays. Like, if you watched one episode of
he was giving
Hard Knocks,
Cliff Kingsbury the plays.
Yes, if you watched the one episode of Hard Knocks, David Blau called one of the plays that scored a touchdown for Devo.
Okay,
and that shit was wide open. So I got faith in it.
I'm glad you got faith. It's easy to have faith in January when you think about August and September. But
our biggest hire is coming up.
So with Cliff Kingsbury, was his contract just up, or did y'all fire him?
They went mutual ways. They parted mutual ways. But that's because he wanted to go be a head coach. That's what I think. I think they were in a good space. Like, there was like nothing like, we don't like what Cliff is doing. I think that it was time.
It's interesting. It's interesting though that he did
Ravens.
that. Yeah, it's interesting
Maybe
that he
Ravens
did that.
Head coach.
Left? I think that's kind of how it usually goes. Most of the times when you get fired as a head coach, for the majority of people like Kevin Stefanski, John Harbaugh, obviously, probably Mike Tomlin if he's still interested in in coaching next year and not taking time away from the game. I think that they can jump right back into another coaching position. But not everybody like that. Like, if you was a coordinator, you got hired and then fired, I think you're going to have to go back to coordinator for a couple years like Cliff Kingsbury did and then get another job. Like, that's why I think there's a good chance that we could get Mike McDaniel. Yeah, he'll probably be a head coach again, but I think in a situation like his, you kind of got to prove it again as a coordinator. And I think our situation obviously is a pretty good opportunity to do so, man. We got the
he's not coming to y'all, bro. Jeez, just let it go, bro.
What you mean let it go? I told you I don't even know if I want him.
I just, bro.
Listen, I told you that he's not even my choice, bro. He's not even my choice.
Who's your choice? You said Stefanski?
I think my number one choice would be Stefanski. Yeah.
Well, we got one of our biggest hires coming up as for our defensive coordinator. We we've done a lot of interviews. We interviewed Brian Flores. We interviewed Carl Scott from the Seahawks. Right now, I don't think we're going to get Brian Flores. I see him being the head coach of the Steelers because he had an interview with them as well. But I'll take Carl Scott. Seattle defense is nice, but that's going to be our biggest hire. That's what's going to make or break our team is that defense. So I would definitely take,
Y'all ain't give Raheem Morris. Y'all ain't give Raheem Morris a call.
Fuck no, I don't want him, bruh.
Why?
I don't.
Raheem Morris is decent, bro.
When has his defense been good?
I mean, you gotta also consider the circumstances, bro. What talent did they have on the defense?
What talent
Jesse
do we have
Bates?
on our defense? What talents do we have on our defense?
Oh.
We're gonna need somebody to come in and build from the ground up, bro. We don't have a lot of talent on our defense.
You're not gonna give Vic Fangio. You ain't got somebody that's gonna scheme up. It's way more offensive.
Flores. That's
it's
what
way
Brian
more.
Flores
Yeah,
does. He's a schemer.
It's way more. It's way more offensive. Schemers than defensive schemers, bro.
Yeah. But Brian Flores, he schemes it up and he's aggressive, bro.
You brought up an interesting point about John Harbaugh. Kind of calling into question his coaching ability. With he's won a lot, but he's also had a lot of talent on his team.
He's had a lot of talent. He had Ray Lewis.
I mean, you got to think about it, but what does Mike Tomlin do? I think he's in a similar boat.
He's always had talent, though.
That's what I'm saying. He's in a similar boat.
But yeah. But that's why he got fired, too, though. At least John Harbaugh, when they got to the playoffs, they won at least 2 games. They made it to the AFC Championship,
Yeah.
But with Mike Tomlin, he hasn't won a playoff game in 7 years.
I know. They showed a list of the teams that have won since then. The Giants have won one. I think the Saints have won one. Like,
I'll tell you who hasn't won one.
In 7 years.
Cowboys.
No, they won a playoff game in 7 years. They haven't.
I'm
haven't
just talking
shit.
They
ain't
done shit else.
I don't think they done won more than one a season because they ain't been to no championships. So the furthest they've been is a divisional round.
But yeah.
So look, right. So before we get into the games, I got a question for you and for all the listeners. So I was having this conversation with a person. I can't say their name because they said that they was going to send a cease and desist if I said their name. But they tried to tell me they supposedly from Baltimore, supposed to be a Ravens fan, but then said that their backup team is the Kansas City Chiefs. And I immediately called out the dick riding. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
but so I'm trying to. The question is, can you be considered a real fan? Can your opinion be respected as a football watcher, as a fan of any team? If you sit here and say, "Oh, I got a second team," you can't have 2 teams, right?
Absolutely not.
Favorite is a singular word. You can't have 2 favorites, man.
You got I got a favorite kid. I got a favorite, a favorite color. First of all, even if they had a favorite team, how you gonna have another favorite team in the same
in
conference?
The AFC, especially the team that been busting y'all ass on a regular basis.
Yeah. Now, if you say a team that is in the NFC, that's not a bandwagon team, then yeah, I can see that. But you gonna go. First of all, you gonna go for the Ravens, right? Cool. That's probably your hometown team, and then you're gonna go for a more superior team at the Chiefs. So when the Ravens play the Chiefs, who you voting for? Who you rooting for? You rooting for the Kansas City Ravens? Like what the fuck?
I just needed to
You
make
want
sure
them to
that
tie?
I'm just trying to make sure that I wasn't
Let us
being
know in
too
the
harsh.
comments.
I
Can you
just
have
trying to make sure I
a
wasn't being
second
too
team?
harsh. Cause I might say, oh yeah, this year the Eagles out of it. I want this person to win. I want, for instance, I might want Caleb to win since he's a DMV guy. I might want whoever the fuck to win right now since we can't win. But I ain't never claiming no other team, bro.
No,
Never.
I don't claim
I
any
ain't
other
claiming
team,
no
bro.
other team, bro. Bleed green. All the jerseys that I got. Back when I was a kid, I used to collect jerseys, bro. I had a LaDainian Tomlinson powder blue jersey that I loved. I had like 2 Michael Vick jerseys. These days, that was when my mother was buying my jerseys. You ain't never gonna see me spend no motherfucker money on a jersey that ain't Kelly green, midnight green,
Burgundy and
or
gold.
or black and midnight green. You understand what I'm saying?
Nah, I
Anyhow,
tell you, it's DC teams or no teams, bro. I don't have a favorite anything else, bro. I can't say, oh yeah, my other favorite team is the Houston Texans. Nah, I'm good.
yeah, no, that's actually crazy. That's
But let's
actually
go ahead
insane.
and get into these games over this past weekend. Let's start with the Saturday games. Let's start with the Rams and Panthers, which was, as an honorary Panthers channel, we was rooting for
Yeah,
y'all.
man. I was disappointed in the Panthers, bro. They hung in there, bro, but it was a
Yeah,
lot of plays they left on the field, bro. It was a lot of
yeah.
plays
I
they
mean,
left out there.
it's still a young team to be honest, but they got a bright future. I don't know what they're gonna do with Bryce. I think they gotta extend him this year
Yeah, I
or let him
mean, I
go.
feel like the defense did decent considering Stafford
Yeah,
had 303 touchdowns and an interception, which is typical of him. But they held Kyron Williams to 57 yards. They held Puka Nacua to 111 on 10 receptions, which is
that's not
decent.
holding.
But he
That's
not
not
even,
no.
bro. That for Puka Nacua, bro. This nigga put up 175 when you in a hurry, bro.
Yeah,
But
but it's the
that's
playoffs,
also
bro.
what I'm
Like,
saying. That's also what I'm saying though. It's a lot of players that they left on the field. But
yeah,
I mean, he wasn't even the leading receiver in the game. The leading receiver in the game was Jalen Coker for 134
yeah, he
yards
went
and a
off.
touchdown. Yeah, bro. Like so.
Even Devontae went off. He had 5 for 72.
Yeah. But I mean, the nigga threw for 304. So Puka Nacua having 100 of that it sound about right.
Hmm.
But yeah, Bryce Young, he made some plays, but he also looked shook a lot, bro.
Like the light. What your boy say? The light's too bright.
Well, but I just think they need a little bit more talent on the defense as well, bro. Like they got some pieces. J.C. Horn, he a dog. You know, they got
Yeah.
a what's the dude name? Is it Brown? What's his last
Which one
name?
for defense?
Yeah,
Eric Brown. Yeah.
yeah, he decent, but they need a couple more pieces, man. They need another, probably one more piece at each level of the defense. They could get one more
Yeah.
good defensive lineman, some kind of linebacker, and one more like a safety or a corner 2 or a slot corner, something like that. They'd be decent. They'd be decent. And they a draft away for real. A one draft and one free agency away. I don't know what they cap space looking like, but I'm calling it now. I think they're gonna be they gonna win the South next year.
I mean, they're in the weak ass division too. Let's be real. The Saints, the Bucks, and
Yeah,
the Falcons. They should have no problem winning that division.
yeah.
But if the Rams, if the Rams keep it close like this again, next week might be a little shaky.
Yeah. I don't know. They gonna have to figure something out for JSN. But we'll talk
Yeah.
about that in a little bit. The other
Maybe
Saturday,
they're not playing them.
I thought they was. Who they playing?
No, the 49ers play them.
The 49ers play the Rams?
The 49ers and the Seattle play each
Oh
other.
shit. Okay.
Yeah.
The Rams play the Bears.
Yep.
I don't know. I think I got the Rams. But like I said, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Bears, Bears, Packers. I can't really say too much negative about it. You know,
I can.
I was at Steve Joint watching that Joint. He was sick for 3 quarters.
Yeah, I
Nigga
was about to
was
say,
sick for 3 quarters, and
the
these
Bears
motherfuckers
didn't
came
win that
back.
shit.
Nah, they
The
didn't.
Packers lost that shit,
choked.
bro.
Yeah, you saw Quay.
Fucking
You
big
saw
time,
Quay
bruh.
Walker crying, walking in the locker room.
Man, that shit was ass, bro.
But yeah,
They dominated the game for 2 quarters. 2 quarters.
Mm-hmm.
Defense held up for 3. And then the 4th quarter, the Bears do what they usually do, and they
yeah.
the Bears play 1 game in the 4th quarter.
But you know what? I really can't say if that's good or bad, bro, because they've been doing shit like that all year.
All year.
Close games,
That's not
comeback
good, though.
wins. It's not,
Not in the
but
playoffs.
I mean,
And they played an
no,
injured
it's not
Packers
good.
team.
It's not good in the regular season. But if you get to the playoffs, bro, all you got to do is win. It don't matter how it looks.
That's true.
So if
That's true.
you know, they 2 wins away from a Super Bowl appearance, bro. So, you know, if it take to sit out for 2 quarters and then come back in the second half, I'm sure they'll take it.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll take it.
But they can't do that. They're not going to be able to do that to the Rams. The Rams are a healthy team.
They a healthy
That the
team,
Packers
and they
are-
offense not
were
gonna
an
stall
injured
like
little
that.
team.
They offense not gonna
Yeah,
stall like
it's
that.
not.
Like I'm pretty
So-
sure they not gonna let up on their ass if they get a lead. You know, even if it's
Yep.
a 20-point lead. But
So Caleb Williams threw for 361 with 2 interceptions. Jordan
yeah, which
Love
is crazy.
went the fuck off, bruh. 323 for 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, he did decent, but that shit he ain't do enough though.
He did enough. You can't say that he didn't do
He ain't
enough.
Because
What else?
Bruh,
What
they
else you want
didn't,
him to do?
Bruh, they didn't score in the 3rd quarter, and then they only scored 6 in the 4th. Like you could
But
throw
that-
for all
but-
the world yards you want.
but
All
you gotta rely
like
on
three
your
of
defense.
those 4 touchdowns came in the first half. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to do better than that. Like
So you don't rely on your defense, bro. The whole
you
can't
do,
Your
but
defense
we already
got
but we
25
discussed
scored on them.
but we discussed you know that the Packers defense had fallen off and that you know, without a real pass rusher, that it was going to be tough for them in the playoffs. We had already talked about that. And knowing that, you got to keep your foot on the fucking pedal, bruh. Like, you have to. Like, you can't. You should be able to rely on your defense. That's complimentary football. But at the end of the day, you getting paid the big money, bruh. You got to keep your foot on the fucking gas, bro. Like you
gotta
said,
have
it's the
that
playoffs, bro.
That bend don't break. Bend don't break.
Man, I don't know
Yeah.
what the fuck they gotta have, but I know they ain't have it that day. Like I said, I just feel like, yeah, obviously, it's no way that the defense should have crumbled like that and let the Bears score 25 points in a quarter. However, you know, once you see them even gaining momentum, bro, you gotta make the play, bro. You gotta make the play.
That's true.
It ain't like they.
I mean, Caleb
it ain't like they went into the 4th with a 2-point lead or some shit, bro. They had a fucking 15-point lead. What was the score? 21 to. It was 21-6 going into the 4th.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's no way,
This
bro.
just go crazy.
Yeah, no, it's no way, bro. But yeah, nothing in the box score really. Like you said, Caleb Williams, 361, two touchdowns, 2 picks. Colston Loveland, that's your guy. You said that he was going to start going off. He finally strung a couple of good games together. He went kind of crazy, 8 receptions for 137. I guess he picking a good time to get hot.
Yep.
So Sunday games.
It'll be a good game next week, though.
Yeah, we're gonna look at next week's games after we get through last week's slate.
Bills and
Jags.
Jaguars.
Yeah, Bills Jags.
Bills almost choked that shit. They almost choked it.
Yeah, they did, but you know, kind of just makes sense to me.
Do you find it crazy that that's the Bills' first road playoff victory?
I mean, the past few years they've been a higher seed.
33 years.
They've been there. Well, and the 33 years part is kind of crazy, but in the Josh Allen era, it's not surprising because I
they've been
mean,
at
they
home.
shouldn't be a 6 seed going into the playoffs.
Except
This
when they
nigga's
play the
supposed to
Chiefs.
be the MVP, the best quarterback in the league. They should have a 1-2
Yeah.
seed. You know, they should be playing at home. But I don't know. It's gonna be a rough road for Buffalo. You know, like I said, I kind of do feel like I said, the quarterback play is what was gonna get them over the top, and he didn't play like super crazy, but he was pretty efficient though. He went 28 for 35. He only scored
Yep.
one touchdown through the air, but I think didn't he have a touch push?
He had two. He had two rushing
Two
touchdowns.
rushing. Okay, yeah, and then
They got no.
and then
They got no receivers, right?
the turnover. Not Khalil Shakir been balling though, bro.
He's hurt.
He wasn't hurt last game.
Yeah, I'm saying this next game they got no receivers, just Keon Coleman.
Well, he better step the fuck up. He better get him some cookies or some shit, whatever he gotta do. And then of course, Trevor Lawrence,
He
fucking
threw an interception on the
chokemeister,
last play.
fucking
Yeah.
chokemeister, yeah. That's why I've been told you I don't believe in Trevor Lawrence anyway.
Trevor. It's so funny when Trevor Lawrence first got in the league. You know what they said? He never lost a high school game and he never lost a college game a day in his life.
Yeah,
And then right when he get to the league, all he do is lose.
Mediocre ass seasons. Finally get to the playoffs.
Mediocre? No, what's below mediocre, bruh? Yeah, it wasn't mediocre. It was ass. He was ass.
I don't know. He also. It's not like he has a bunch of talent around him either.
I don't
I ain't
care.
gonna take it too hard on him. He just not. He didn't deliver the hype, bro. If he was a 3rd round quarterback, I feel like people would let it slide a little bit. But because they calling him the prince that was promised and shit, you know, he's supposed to be the next. Yeah, that's what Nick Wright called him.
Oh shit! Nick Wright don't know football though. He a Bears fan.
No, he's not. He a Chiefs fan.
But he the only when the draft was coming out, it was Caleb. Jaden Daniels his ass.
Oh,
So I don't like Nick Wright anyway.
Been saying that. I don't like Nick Wright either.
Yeah.
He a hater.
Yeah, bitch.
Yeah, long nose ass.
Who we?
But all right. So
Who
you want
we
you
got?
want to talk about my game, or you want to say that for last?
Hell no, you already in Cancun. Let's talk about it. What the hell?
I mean,
You already
usually,
sitting next to us on the couch.
usually you
Nah,
like
we're
to.
gonna go in order, bruh.
Okay,
We're gonna go
that's
in order.
fine.
Cause y'all season over, so if y'all
Yeah.
was
So
season
I
over, we
mean,
talk
at the
about
end of the
last.
day, we can. I mean, we seen the shit play out in front of us. The defense played decent. As I said in my last video, as I said last episode, I told you the score was going to. My score prediction, I believe, was 24-21, or something like that. I said that we was going to need to score 24 points to win a game. We would have needed 24 points to win the game. Now, it's a lot of things that I could say. First off, the players individually, except for AJ Brown, showed up. Saquon Barkley went over 100. Jalen Hurts obviously didn't light the fucking box score up, but he had a typical game. He had 168 and a touchdown. The defense showed up. We went into it went into halftime a close game, and they just folded because the offense wasn't doing shit, bro. Like, the defense can't do everything, and that's why I say you're supposed to be able to lean on your defense, and sometimes you get the I guess you could say the privilege, or you get lucky and you're able to do that, but we've been relying on that shit all season. And it's a lot of the small details, not only just AJ Brown dropping passes, but the scheme that we was running, bro. Like, he literally said the day he went and watched the 2023 game tape to prepare for this game, because this is the same fucking scheme, the same fucking team. And that shit reared its head, bro. Like, obviously, Jake Missy Elliott, I think it's time to move on from him. And yeah, bro, it just what it was. Like when after I text you in the third quarter and said I'm turning this shit off, the game was still close, but I already saw it. Like the game went the same way that most of the game, especially the losses went all year. Like we played decent in the first half, but the offense just can't do shit in the second half, bro. And that you have to chalk that up to coaching, bro. Like obviously the players are the players make the plays, you know. Obviously AJ Brown got to make those catches. He got to show that effort, especially after all of the noise that he made this season. He has to. But running four verticals 2 plays in a row against cover 4 in the red zone with the season on the line, that's just fucking incompetent coaching, bro. And that's why everybody was so fucking excited to see Kevin Patullo lose his job. And I'm never the type of person. I don't want nobody to lose their livelihood, bro. Like, you know.
Shit, I want
listen,
so many people to fucking get fired at Wegmans. I know
mean,
100 people that want to get fired at Wegmans. They can lose anything they got going on.
Well,
if you're not doing your job, then you gotta go.
Yeah,
I don't
you
care.
missing my point though. You missing my point.
It doesn't matter.
I'm saying like I usually wouldn't, but if you would have let me finish, what I was saying was the NFL is a results-based business, and if you can't perform, you gotta fucking go. It's not a daycare.
Every job is a results-driven business, right?
No, it's not. No, it's not.
How?
Bro, you know how
our
hard
job
it is.
Is our job a results-driven business?
Bro, you know
our
how hard
we gotta.
You know how hard it is for us to get fired though.
In our company, yes, we don't fire nobody.
That's what I'm saying.
We don't fire nobody. But if you and I could fire people, how many people would we have on our team right now? Let's be real.
Like half of them.
Okay, if we were the GM of our team, we wouldn't have that many people because they don't perform. Just like the NFL. If you don't perform, you need to be fired. Jake Elliott needs to be fired. Kevin Patullo needs to be fired.
And I like I said, I do squarely blame Kevin Patullo, but he's not the only person to blame. Who I blame the most is the ownership, bro.
Can I ask you a question?
Hold on, because the reason I blame ownership, right, is we literally just saw this movie in 2023. We go to the Super Bowl. We lose our coordinator for a good reason that time, for the most part, and we make an internal hire of somebody who didn't have experience. We collapsed because we couldn't fucking operate. We couldn't fucking be a consistent offensive team, right? So then what do? We go let's correct. Let's go get a proven, competent offensive coordinator. What do? We literally win the fucking Super Bowl. We lose our coordinator again. What do? They go and let Nick make the same fucking mistake that they just made in 2023.
But there's no way you blame your front office for that. You literally just said the name you should be blaming.
No, but listen,
you should be blaming Nick Sirianni for being a friend.
Okay, so listen, him too. But at the end of the day, Nick Sirianni is not Mike Tomlin. He is not Andy Reid. He's not any of these coaches who have complete autonomy and control over the team. Any decision that he makes has to be given the okay by Howie Roseman and the owner, Jeffrey Lurie. So for them to allow him to do it, because you think Nick Sirianni picked fucking Kellen Moore? No, after the Brian Johnson situation, they said, no, Kellen Moore is going to be your fucking offensive coordinator.
Who picked Brian Johnson?
He did.
Sirianni?
Yeah.
Was it his fault?
What you mean, was it his fault? Was it his fault that he made the decision to pick somebody?
Yes.
I don't know what you mean by that. He
chose the wrong guy 2 times in a row. You can't blame the front office for trusting the guy.
No. Yes, you can, bruh. Yes, you can.
So then get rid of Sirianni.
Well, there's a lot of people.
Sirianni don't do shit for y'all.
There's a lot of people, including myself, who
Y'all got your
would
own
not
fucking cheerleaders.
would not mind that. But at the end of the day,
Sirianni
one thing
don't
I
do
can
shit for
say.
y'all, bruh.
So the only reason that I'm against firing Kevin Patullo is that the player
Sirianni.
the what I say.
Patullo, you said you against
No,
firing
I'm not
Patullo.
against that shit. I'm fucking 100% for that shit. But the only reason that I am personally against firing him is because all players for the most part, shit, except for Lamar Jackson, give their head coach a vote of confidence. When they ask, do you want this to be your coach next year? All of them adamantly say yes. It seems very genuine that the players genuinely like Nick Sirianni. They like his culture. Hold on. They like the culture, all that shit. So listen, that's the only reason I'm against it. Now, personally, I would prefer to have, a offensive play calling head coach who's going to come in and bring their own scheme with experience and all that other good shit. I would prefer that. However, if we can find a Vic Fangio type offensive coordinator who's older, who's already been a head coach and doesn't really have the desire to be a head coach again, that we can keep for a few years and will actually be good for a few years, then I'm okay with Nick Sirianni staying there. Whatever it takes to win. I don't really give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like I said, everybody knows that Nick Sirianni is a yes man to Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman. They've known that since he got there. He doesn't he doesn't have the autonomy to go do things without approval, bruh. So for them, they literally took his power away. They took his power to make them decisions away when they hired Kellen Moore. Nick Sirianni did not want to hire Kellen Moore.
Let me rebuttal all that shit you just said, bruh. If they don't trust him to give him the autonomy to hire who you need to hire, then he's not a real head coach, bro.
I 100% agree, but this is the thing. This is the thing.
Let me finish real quick. Just because the fucking players like a coach, that's not a good reason for that coach to say, my fucking players love Cliff Kingsbury. Guess what? They got rid of his ass. When your fucking offensive coordinator ain't doing what he's supposed to do, who should take over?
So check this shit. But he can't.
Answer that question first.
He can't, bro.
Why?
Because
what does Sirianni do?
Nigga, he showed in 4 games at the beginning of his career that he's not an offensive guy. He's supposed to be an offensive guy.
Christian,
but this is listen to my point.
Though.
I'm about to answer.
No,
right
you
now.
haven't told me what he does.
I did tell you what he does.
No, you didn't.
He's a CEO head coach. That's what the fuck he does. He establishes the culture. He, even though he can't call plays, he does steer the philosophy, the type of offense that he wants to have. So, but check this out. I'm telling you the answer that they give. I'm not saying this from personally me. I don't know behind the scenes, bro. I don't know everything. Just like you don't know everything that Dan Quinn does and doesn't do. You know what I'm saying?
We know what Dan Quinn does. They make it very clear that Dan Quinn can call a defense.
Can he?
So
that means he should be fired too then.
I told you
had like the
our
fucking
players.
30th.
I told you it's our players, bro. And he took over the last 4 games of the season. So when Joe Wick
and y'all ain't do no better.
They said, yo, but listen, yes we did.
No, y'all didn't.
We said we stepping away from Joe Wick, guess what? Dan Quinn stepped up and said, yo, this is my defense now. When fucking Dan Campbell told his
if he's a defensive guy, why was he ever not the guy? Why was there ever a point in time where he wasn't the fucking guy if he's a defensive guy?
When he came in, he said, yo, I'm learning from the Falcons. I don't want all the responsibilities. I'm going to be the head coach. I'm going to manage timeouts. I'm going to manage the
Okay, so that's exactly what Nick Sirianni is doing.
No, but listen. When Dan Campbell said, yo, the OC ain't working in his, guess what he did? He took over play calling. Sirianni don't do shit but get in y'all players' face and try to motivate them. He don't call plays. He's horrible with timeouts. He's not a good head coach.
He's not good. He's not horrible with time management.
But what I'm saying, Christian, he's not a good head coach, bruh. It is what it is.
So listen to what I'm saying. Well, first of all, I feel like it's very easy for somebody from the outside looking in to say that a 2-time Super Bowl appearance, 1-time Super Bowl winning head coach is not a good head coach. If he wasn't
You just
good,
told me why
he would
they won
listen.
the Super
But
Bowl.
listen,
You
if he
literally
was
just told me why they
listen,
won.
if he was bad, if he was actually horrible, then none of that would have happened, bro. Like
You just
instead
told
of
me
just
it was
being a
because
bus
of
rider,
your coordinators.
you have to be at least a certain level of good to even ride the bus. Like
You
if he
told
was
me y'all won
bad,
the Super
you
Bowl 'cause your
seen how
coordinator.
listen, you seen how bad head coaches can make the whole fucking team. You seen what Chip Kelly did to us. You seen what Pete Carroll just did over there in fucking Oakland. You seen what what the fuck is his name? Hold up. You
Well,
seen
you know why Pete Carroll is
you
what
seen what
Pete Carroll's 74.
you seen what Brian Callahan doing in fucking Tennessee, okay? So
But
my
what I'm
point
saying
is
is you
point is
told
this,
me why
bro.
y'all won the Super Bowl. It wasn't because of Sirianni. You said because of Kellen Moore, because of the fucking play calling. You just said that. You didn't
This
say,
is see,
oh,
we
because
getting
of
into a whole
Sirianni.
nother topic now because
I'm just saying. All I'm saying
he
is,
called
hey.
so listen. Because if you think that offense, look at the New Orleans Saints offense this year and then look at our offense and tell me if you think that's the same offense. He's running Nick Sirianni's offense. His offensive
Ain't no way
style.
you just said
Bruh,
that, bruh.
look at
Ain't
it,
no
bro.
way you just said
listen,
that.
he
You can't
was.
say that, bruh.
I'm about to tell you. Listen, I'm about to tell you why. Because in the first 4 games, we went 2-2. And what was we doing? We was pass heavy. We was running the Kellen Moore philosophy. We came out of the bye and turned into a fucking 70% run first team. That's not Kellen Moore has never been a run first coach. Nick Sirianni preaches a risk averse, very simplistic offense, and that's what they went over to. Now, did Kellen Moore add his wrinkles in? Did he make the play calling decisions in the moment? Yes, he did. But that was not his full offense. You can just tell by looking at the games. If you watch the Saints, the creativity in the passing game that the New Orleans Saints have is way different than what we had last year. We were not good. Even when we won the Super Bowl, we were not a good passing team that year.
You can't compare the Saints to what y'all are, bro. They don't even have half the players y'all have.
You're missing
bro.
the point. You're missing the point.
I'm not missing the
You're
point.
missing
You
the
gotta
point.
use somebody else.
No,
bro.
But no, I'm
My
using
point-
it because if you look at so go back before and look at Kellen Moore's offense in LA and look at it in Dallas. Always been a pass first offense. He's a quarterback.
Yes, it was a pass. But he's never had the running game y'all had. He's never had a line.
Nobody's
or
ever
a
had the running
back.
game. Nobody has the running game that we had, bro. We had literally a historic running game. Like,
So what happened this
obviously,
year?
so they,
What happened this year?
Niggas
That's
fell
what I'm saying.
off. All offensive lineman got hurt. The fucking scheme was bad. You know, scheme is not just route running and drawing fucking lines on a chalkboard. It's more than that, bro.
Or scheme is playing
comes
chess,
in.
bro.
Yeah, scheme also comes into run blocking and fucking getting creative with your running game. There was no creativity there. You know what I'm saying?
But
There's
you
no
just said that's what I'm saying. You're contradicting yourself.
No,
because you said it's
telling you.
Sirianni.
So listen,
You just
this
told
is,
me that
so
it
this
was
is what I'm
because of
telling.
Sirianni that Kellen Moore
check this
succeeded.
out. So check this out. The plays that we were running are very similar to last year. The problem this year is the fact that, for one, the offensive line regressed extremely, which caused Saquon Barkley to regress extremely. If we were as healthy as we were the year before, we still had Mekhi Becton putting 2 linebackers on their ass every time he run block. Don't you think we would have been a lot better at the run game? It's not like we doing anything different. It's not like we was doing all of these fucking trick misdirection run plays in 2024, bruh. It's largely the same. But my overall point is, we have proof, like solid evidence, that with a proven offensive coordinator, we can win championships. I don't give a fuck who the head coach is as long as we win in fucking championships, bro. I don't give a fuck. You could coach him. You could fucking coach him. I don't care. I don't care who it is. Do whatever the fuck you got to do.
So it's the coordinators that's gonna make y'all succeed.
I think it'll help. But another thing that will help is health. When we get back, if we get back healthy, we didn't have Lane Johnson for like 8 games, and even in the games that he played, he fucking exited early. Landon Dickerson been hurt since training camp. Cam Jurgens played like shit this year. Tyler Steen is half of the offensive guard that Mekhi Becton was. Like it's a lot of variables that went into the failure of this season. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I don't give a fuck who they hire. They need to fix this shit.
Okay.
And like I said, I wouldn't mind Nick Sirianni being fired, but if they want to keep him, fine. But y'all better get the right motherfucker in there.
I was about to say, is there an offensive coordinator you don't want? Like, don't hire him.
Well, all I don't want is some fucking up and coming head coach. I mean,
I was about to say, do you want a young guy or you want an old guy that's established?
If I could find, like I said, if I could find the offensive version of Vic Fangio, that would be the best option for me.
Sure.
I need somebody who's going to be, they're going to come with their own scheme. I need somebody that's going to hold these motherfucking players accountable. Somebody with experience, but who also doesn't want to further their experience, if that makes sense. I don't want somebody who's going to be gone next year, preferably.
That's what happens, though.
Not with people like Vic Fangio, though, because he's already done the head coaching thing. He don't want to go nowhere. He's not accepting interviews elsewhere.
I don't think there's anybody out there like that right now. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Well, we're gonna see. But like I said, I don't think that I already said it. I don't think there's a Vic Fangio type, but that's what I would prefer. But anyhow, I would rather have somebody who's fucking experienced. They've already stated, because a lot of the candidates had this notion, because of what the media says, that they wouldn't have any autonomy to be able to run their style of offense or do this and that. They've already said, whoever come in here, nigga, it's your offense. It's going to be your show. Do not expect any type of interference, is what they said. So,
Okay. All right.
If they get somebody to come in there and flip that shit around, then cool. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I really, it is unfortunate that our quarterback our head coach is not the person running the show, running the offense, and doing the things that a head coach should be doing in 2026. It is unfortunate, but we won a championship with him. So if we could get the right pieces back around him, I'm okay with it. I don't give a fuck, bro.
Didn't y'all win a championship with what's old boy name? Who's your head coach?
Doug Peterson?
Yeah, then y'all fired him the next year?
No, he got fired the year after that, like 2 years later.
Yeah.
But that was a completely he got fired for different reasons. He basically got fired. Nick Sirianni is headed down that path. Basically,
that's what I wanted to hear. That's what I wanted to hear.
Because what happened was, first of all, Doug Peterson was a way better fucking coach than him. But what happened is that
he's more of an X's and O's coach.
No, what happened was Doug Peterson wanted to keep his offensive coordinator. I forgot his name. And when they tried to fire him, he was like, "Nah, this is who I want as my offensive." Nah, not Shane Steichen. It was what the fuck was his name? Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
I feel like y'all should go for a younger, because the NFL is changing, bro.
No, the youngest I want is Mike McDaniel.
Yeah. So he gonna bring his own cocaine?
They got enough of it in Philly, bro. What the fuck was his name, bro? I can't even find it. Anyways, he wanted to keep the nigga. They wanted to fire him. He said nah, so they fired him too. And so if Nick Sirianni would have did that with his boy, his ass would have been out the door, bro. With the quickness, bro. I think it's way easier to get a better head coach than it is to get a better offensive coordinator, because if you a great offensive coordinator, you're probably going to have the opportunity to get a head coach job elsewhere. So why would you take an offensive coordinator job? So it's just the conundrum that we got to deal with at the moment. But
wait, Brian Daboll was or Frank Reich? No, it was Frank Reich.
No, that's not who I'm talking about though.
Then it wasn't it no. Okay.
Maybe it was Mike Groh.
Mike Groh. 2018 to 2019.
Yeah, because that's
Or
after
was it?
Frank Reich left. Because Frank Reich left after the Super Bowl.
Yeah. All right.
But anyways,
Let's move on, bro. Let's move on to the next game, bro.
hold on. What's the next game?
The Patriots and Chargers.
I mean, and it's funny because we said it wasn't going to be much to talk about in this game, and it really wasn't.
And it really wasn't. We knew the Patriots was gonna win hands down.
Pretty easily.
So
more fucking Justin Herbert sympathizers, bro. Motherfuckers keep on.
You already know how I feel.
You know how I feel, bro. Everybody,
he's overrated.
Everybody literally be saying like he's like clearly better than Jalen Hurts. Okay, he could probably throw the ball a little faster, a little harder, a little further. He's not a winner though. Clearly.
No, he's not a winner. Not even a little bit.
Another overrated motherfucker on the Chargers. Ladd McConkey, man. He balled out his first year. I don't know what happened this year, bro. How many yards total did he have this year? Did he have 1,000 yards at all? Close to it?
Yes.
He had 1,000? No, he didn't. He had 800.
Ladd
789.
789. God damn.
Shout out to Drake, leading his team in passing and in rushing. He had 268 yards and a touchdown and a pick. Rushed for 10 carries, 66 yards. That's what the fuck I like to see.
Drake May, him and Jaden Daniels, 1-2 punch, from that 2024 draft.
Yeah. Then we got Texans Steelers. That was the last game Monday night.
We already knew this one too.
Yeah.
Texans
I thought it would have been a little bit closer.
Show up and show out.
I thought it would have been a little closer.
Come on, bro.
It started out close though. It went into the half 7-6.
You know why it started out close? Because of fucking C.J. Stroud kept giving him the ball 3 times.
I guess
that's why it was close.
Yeah, I guess so. But then they scored 20. The Steelers scored 23 in the fourth. I mean, the Texans scored 23 in the fourth.
And guess what? They scored 14 on defense.
Yeah, that's true. And then I think they lost so much momentum, bro, when DK Metcalf dropped that one pass. You know what I'm talking about? It felt like all of their momentum left. They said that he was the ghost of AJ Brown.
They stopped giving him the ball. Okay. He dropped one pass, right? In the first quarter, and they didn't start throwing to him again until the fourth quarter.
You know whose decision that is, right? That was Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, bro.
Yeah.
He hate when motherfuckers drop passes, bro.
That's some bullshit though.
It is.
Because who else you gonna throw the ball to? Adam Thielen.
Somebody sent me that picture of DK Metcalf and AJ Brown from the combine and shit. It was like there's zero hands in this picture right now. It's all right. AJ Brown gonna bounce back, bro. I ain't tripping. He gonna bounce back. All right. So
let's talk about next week.
Yeah, let's move on. Saturday.
We ain't gotta go into detail. We could just,
give some predictions.
Give off predictions,
right, so, yeah, we got Bills, Broncos. I said coming into this that I felt like the Bills was going to be like the one sort of matchup problem for the Broncos. But with them being down receivers and shit like that, it's really hard to say. And it's also hard to say how the Broncos, who are a fairly young team, they have a veteran head coach, but as a fairly young team, how are they going to respond to being off for the last 2 weeks? Because I think that's a pretty big factor. I think that's a factor for both teams. Well, all the teams would have been. Well, both teams would have been. It's only two teams would have been. But I don't know, man. I think I want to go Bills here. I really think I want to go Bills here.
I'm going Broncos. They're rested too.
I feel like the Broncos is the easy play. I really feel like the Broncos is the easy play.
It's because it's the right play.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
So
I
their defense is nice, and just like you said,
but I just don't
Josh
believe.
Allen has nobody to throw it
I
to.
just don't believe, bro. He'll run that shit for 3 touchdowns if he got to.
But it
And
gave
that's why,
James Cook.
I said earlier that he was a kind of a matchup problem for the Broncos because when the play break down, I feel like Josh Allen could get the fuck out of there on them. But we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. We got
49ers,
49ers, Seahawks. I feel like they one thing that the 49ers fed off of in the last game was the fact that Kittle went down with an injury. I think they turned up because of that. I think that that adrenaline gonna be gone, bro. And I feel like the Seahawks have a very comparable defense to the Eagles with a way better offense.
But they just played against them the last game of the season,
and they played them close.
And they won. Yeah, they won by like what, 3 points, I think.
Yeah, I don't see it happening.
The Seahawks did.
Yeah,
but I don't see it happening either. Give me the Seahawks.
Yeah, I got the Seahawks.
The 49ers are just, they have nobody now. Like they literally have Christian McCaffrey and the dude that tore you up, Demarcus Robinson. So
he tore us up in the fucking first quarter, bro. And then what Quinyon do? Come back and get 2 picks? Fuck you talking about? Tore who up?
Not on him though. It wasn't because of him.
Okay.
It wasn't him.
Okay.
The fuck?
Okay.
But we're not doing that shit.
So
bro.
Quinyon Mitchell jumping routes that's not on the receiver? Okay. All right.
No, that's on the fucking quarterback.
I ain't trying to hear that shit.
Are you serious? No, you gonna hear this
first
shit,
team
bro. Ain't no way.
First team All-Pro, 2 interceptions in the playoff game.
Isn't those his only 2 interceptions of his career?
No. He only catches picks in the playoffs. He had two picks in the playoffs last year. They don't throw to him in the regular season, bro. Most quarterbacks are smart enough not to.
So you telling me Demarcus Robinson had 111 yards in the first quarter?
Most of it.
111.
Most of it.
Okay.
Most of it.
So.
Bro, his first play was like 65 yards. His first play was 60-some yards.
Quinyon in CANCUN right now.
Yeah.
Texans and Patriots.
He the best corner in CANCUN right now. He better than all the Redskins corners.
If you say so.
Mikey
Texans
who?
and Patriots, bro.
Trey who?
Mikey.
Nigga.
Mike.
Fuck is he talking about?
When we got a real defensive coordinator.
Neither one of them getting an All-Pro. Not even second team. Not even third team. Not even fourth team.
My quarterback got way more interceptions than yours.
Okay. Yeah, because that's niggas. Because niggas know he a bitch. They be trying him. They throw the ball his way. They not scared.
And what does he teach him?
Don't throw it my way. He got way, bro. How many yards he got on him though? How many receptions he got on him?
A lot. Year, bro. That shit didn't happen in his rookie year.
A lot.
It was all because of the scheme.
You talking about 2 years ago? Come on now. We going into 3 years later now, bro. It's a whole fucking. It's a whole new season.
You just stopped talking about the Super Bowl. What are you talking about?
Okay, and I told you that I was when we won. I said I'm gonna talk we are the defending champs until we are no longer the defending champs, and we are no longer the defending champs. The defense failed. That's it. Okay?
Texans and Patriots.
No matter what motherfuckers say, man. No matter what motherfucker, I don't care. No matter what motherfuckers say. Yeah, we had a down year. We can't win the fucking Super Bowl every year. Yeah, we look bad this year. Yeah, we had our issues this year. At the end of the day, nothing can fucking change the fact of history. You know what I'm saying? Nothing can change. Do I need to, man? You'll never be able to take this away from me right here, okay? See that? You got one of these? Got one of these? Bitch ass nigga? Anyhow, Texans Patriots. I think this might be the game of the week right here. They only gonna score like 20 points total though.
I think it's gonna be the Bears and Rams, but
I mean, if you like offensive games, but I feel like the Patriots and Texans are gonna be a chess match. Vrabel versus D'Amico Ryans. This is gonna be a defensive chess match. I think that's gonna be a pretty entertaining one.
Who you got?
It's hard, man. I think I'm gonna take the Patriots in a close one though.
Taking the Texans. There's no way that CJ Stroud has another 3 turnover game.
Okay. This nigga about to say, watch this.
Oh my god.
Why, yeah, I watch this shit.
Now the Bears and the Rams.
I'm
All
taking the
offense,
Rams.
bro.
Yeah, I'm taking the Rams though.
I'm taking the Rams too. It was
So
a
that
good
mean-
season, Caleb.
So that means we looking at Rams Seahawks championship, and
Mhm.
you're taking
Texans and Broncos.
Texans Broncos. I'm thinking
But that's put you. But you
Patriots.
told
and
me
I think Patriots
last
and
week it was
Patriots
gonna
and
be
Bills
the
is going to be
Texans
way
and
better.
Broncos.
Patriots and better. Patriots and Bills is going to be way more drama. I feel like because they a division. They a division. It's a divisional matchup. And the last game where the Bills played the Patriots, it was crazy. The Bills came back from like a 21 point lead on them. I think it's going to be way more. The story is way better with the Bills and the Patriots. It might not be the two best teams, but it's a better story.
What wins championships?
If you let all these motherfuckers that got so much to say talk about it, it's elite quarterbacks win it. That's what everybody want to have a parade about. They fucking big four quarterbacks. My quarterback got an MVP. You know what I'm saying? Ain't never even sniffed a Super Bowl.
I agree.
But now we'll see.
But hey, I got one more thing that I want to talk about. We good? We good on the games and everything?
Yeah, I think so.
We good. I got one more thing. Let me see. Let me find it. Hold on. Can you make me full screen? You can do that? Hold on. Can we see that?
Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful, ain't it? You can see that?
Yeah, I can see it, bro. We see it.
You can see that beautiful ass stadium?
Is that giant indoor?
Yeah.
Why can't you see into it then? It's a clear roof?
Yeah, everything's gonna be windows everything. I just hope that we don't have that sun problem like the Cowboys got. You know how they gotta fucking put curtains
You're
up?
definitely gonna have the sun problem with a fucking clear roof, bro.
But that shit, hey.
Just
That's
for the
the first
Eagles to come
renderings,
down
y'all.
there and beat the shit out of y'all.
Oh,
Yeah,
can I have my moment, bro? Why you always like? Let me have my moment. Just shut the fuck
bro.
up.
Have your moment.
God damn.
Have your moment, bro.
Eagles ain't gonna be shit next year because y'all got a shitty head coach.
Okay. Clip that.
Y'all Super Bowl window is closed until further notice.
Let me know when y'all's open. Y'all worried about a fucking stadium.
Ours been open.
Fucking spend billions of dollars on a stadium just to get fucking 4 wins. Shut the fuck up.
We ain't the Giants, bro. Stop it.
It was shit.
Other than that, y'all, put it in the comments. Got a couple questions. Who y'all got going to the
Giants better than y'all
Divisional
now.
championship?
They got a real head coach.
Shut them. What is Dan Quinn, bro?
They already got more talent than y'all, for real. Outside of the quarterback position. But they got an okay quarterback. Their running backs are better than y'all's. Their receivers.
Shut the fuck up.
Receiver,
how's their running backs better than us?
Bruh, Scatterboo,
Their running back?
Tracy, and
It's not better
Singletary.
than Bill. It's not better than Bill. It's not better than Brees Hall. What are you talking about?
You said Brees Hall.
Yeah,
look at you. You already dreaming. You already dreaming about free agency, bro. He's not coming there, bro.
Watch.
Then fucking their receivers better than y'all's.
They have no receivers right now.
Malik Neighbors is better than them.
Wan'Dale
Robinson is better than Debo.
Malik Neighbors is not even going to play.
What? Wan'Dale Robinson is better than Debo.
Malik Neighbors is not even going to play next year, bro. He just got
Lord
surgery.
Lord Jordan Humphrey is better than whoever y'all
because
three
he dogs
is.
Your ass, bro.
Whoever y'all three is.
He's not better than Luke McCaffrey,
Fuck is
bro.
you talking about?
He's not better than Trey Burks, bro.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Trey Burks literally had like one fucking catch, bro, all year. We can only
he had touchdown. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, one touchdown. One fucking touchdown. One fucking touchdown.
There's no way that you're saying that these players are better than what?
Bro, Trey Burke. I pull up the what's the name right now. You know what I'm saying? Anyhow.
Pull up what?
Basically, hold on. Wait, let me see if that shit in my video, so I might not be able to find it.
What you looking for?
This video.
Oh shit. Here we go.
Basically, that girl that got the train ran on her by a bunch of niggas. She fucked more niggas than he had yards in his entire career. At one point in time, before at the beginning of this season is when I posted that. But
He was hurt, bruh. He was hurt.
bro, he was not hurt.
What are you talking
bro.
about?
Bro,
Trey Burks was hurt. He just came back from injury.
Stop it. Get some help. Anyways,
The fact that you said Giants got more talent, that's crazy.
they do got more talent than y'all.
Okay.
It's but
next year, right?
as bad.
We'll see next year.
And you better hope that Dallas don't franchise tag fucking Pickens, because if they do, they got more talent than y'all.
They've always had more talent than us. What are you talking about?
You sad for admitting that, bro.
Their
You're sad
Their
for
receivers
admitting
are. They have the best receiving duo in the NFC
You're
East.
sad for admitting that.
They have the best.
I ain't admitting
bro,
nothing.
They have the best duo in the East.
I ain't
bro.
admitting
You
that.
ain't gotta admit
You
it.
saying
The
that.
stats say everything.
You the one that got the burgundy and gold
The stats
on.
say everything, bro.
That's what the Redskins fans believe. They fucking bow down to the
Okay.
fucking Cowboys, bro. It's crazy.
Bows down, bro.
Crazy
like I said,
work.
and this is what I'm talking
Crazy
about.
work.
The Eagles are delusional. They're delusional. They only live in Eagle Land. Right now, Eagle Land is in
The whole
Cancun.
world is Eagle Land. The whole world is Eagle Land.
All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Like, subscribe, comment. We ain't got time for this foolishness.
Always got.
We'll see y'all next week.
Go Birds still, even in free agency.
Cancun.
Go to the Birds like shit. We need help. We need some milk. All right, we'll holler at y'all next week, folks. Peace.
Yep.
Go Birds, dickhead.